Hello and welcome to Visual Impressions on NTA. My name is Omar Mohammed. Now this week we are going to bring to you two amazing artists. One is a photographer and then the other is a versatile mixed media artist. The first is Dr. Harun Adamu. He is a dedicated dermatologist and an aesthetic physician with over a decade of experience in his field. But surprisingly, and I mean surprisingly, he finds a balance in his busy schedule with his passion for wildlife and serene landscape photograph, which he seeks inspiration and motivation from. Each photograph he takes embodies a story and a reminder of beauty of life outside his clinic. Let's take a look.
My name is Dr. Harun Adamu. I'm a consultant physician and a dermatologist. I grew up here in Abuja, Government Secondary School, Garki. I did my secondary school at Government Secondary School, Garki, and from there I proceeded to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where I studied medicine. And then I specialized in dermatology with the West African College of Physicians. Currently, I'm a dermatologist and a consultant physician and aesthetic medicine physician with the Federal Medical Center, Abuja. Dermatology called me rather because I'd always been fascinated with the details, intricacies, and compositions of the skin. When I finished my medicine, I took interest in dermatology, in the act of healing. I got interested in the act of healing, in the act of restoring people to good health and good skin health and restoring their confidence and bringing them back to the way they perceive themselves. The moment that I would say that sparked this passion was when I decided to take it up as a hobby. But initially, I had just been fascinated with the camera. I remember in medical school, I borrowed a camera from a classmate to take shots when we were doing our postings. But my contact with the camera started during my residency when I had to do photographs. You know, dermatologists communicate with pictures, and we're expected to produce high-quality pictures for our thesis and for our project, and we communicate with other dermatologists with high quality pictures. So a camera is very important, and knowing how to take photographs is important. So that was how I started getting in contact and understanding camera, because I needed to produce. Your thesis could be rejected if your photographs are not very good. So that was how I began to understand what a weak camera is, what a strong camera is, lightning photographs. But that was just it, and I did the work. I did what I had to do, and that was it. The journey into the photography as a hobby, I think it started during the COVID period when, of course, we were all indoors, we were not going out. I would sit in the window, movement was restricted. In the hours that we had a break, I would sit in the window and stare out into the parks, green areas, and I would notice these birds and wildlife, because my photography journey started with, surprisingly, wildlife and bird photography, which is a challenging form of photography. In photography, it's like a disease. You keep trying to achieve perfection. Once you get infected with it, you never get cured. You keep trying to achieve perfection. So it offered me as a way of escape from the drudgery of medicine. Medical life can be so consistent or so predictable. You know what you are going to do every day. You know the patients you are going to see. Yes, the cases are different, but the routine is the same every day. So you get, after sometimes, you want to look for something interesting, and photography is a way out. I wrote a book, and in order to consolidate the works I've done, I wrote a book. It's called Scenic Abuja, a photo journey to the rocks, hills, and valleys. It's a coffee table book with colored pictures about the landscape, the natural hills and valleys of Abuja. Okay, capturing the scenic beauty of the city, both within and outside the city limits. Okay, it's something I put together to serve as a thing people could look at and appreciate the beauty of our city.
name is Ayub Batiti. I'm a television producer by day and a printer by night and weekends. And any other time I have free. Fine art has always been for me a release, a way of putting my frustrations, my joy, my pain out on something that somehow those images that I put out make things better for whoever is going through the same thing I was going through as I was painting those pieces. To be honest, yeah, art really, plays a major part in what I do because my major designation as a TV producer is, of course, to produce TV shows and also to edit. So it's all a creative process. How to translate something that was written on paper into something visual that somebody can assimilate and understand and enjoy and be entertained. That is as far as television. And the same thing goes for my paintings as well, for people to see it and just kind of share the same thing I was going through as I was painting that piece. Painting is part of me. It's literally not something I can drop. As in, it's something I do all the time. When I'm on my phone, I'm actually drawing on my phone because I don't have a piece of paper next to me. And of course, when I have a piece of paper next to me, that's what I'm doing. Art is part of me. It's never going to stop.
Her speech, she mentioned that she is going to have a program coming soon, and it's going to be a different one from what it used to be.
I think the elderly population are really an important demographic group, and they can contribute meaningfully in many ways to development. Mentorship is key. Providing guidance to others.
In fact, there's a seminar which I did last week. The same system that we want to adopt. The state councils, the various states should be able to identify our members, and it will go down to the chapters, even at the local level, where we have our members.
That's what kept my grandmother, and she knew all her grandchildren. Those that bring things for her, things like sweets. She loves sweets. She loved meat, and she had this clay pot where she used to put it inside. Is a favorite. Is any of her favorite children comes, she will now dip her hand into and bring a piece of meat and don't give to that person.
By the time it's done, I'll probably be here once a week. And if you liaise with an executive director, she will communicate to you what themes, what topics, which days are we handling what, and to be for both boys and girls, and younger and older people as well. So she has just reminded us that we're duty bound to offer mentorship.
My father loved to talk. He loved to share stories. So he enjoyed sharing stories with his children. Unfortunately for him, he left when he relocated home because of old age. Took him back home from Kwara State, took him back home. I built a house for him. So we lived there.
There was no secret for you to live happy and have a happy life than be honest to yourself. Nothing more than that. Be honest and trusted. Should not be against somebody who doesn't want you. No, take everybody as friend. This is the only secret. Don't envy anybody. But when you start thinking, this is my mate, see what she, then you are killing yourself. Whatever God give you,
Eat your food, have a rest of mind. Don't think against somebody's, but when somebody you know very well got up something, promote it, wish her well, or wish him well, then you will end up good.
You should also plan for your old age. Plan for it yourself. There are some people, the truth is that human beings are social animals. We need people to be around us. That's what we call human beings. Planning for your old age will mean that you should not be thinking of depending on your children to take care of you in your old age. And in any case, in most African communities, not Abuja or Lagos, but most African communities, it doesn't matter whether you have a child or children. If you have lived a good life, people will be around you all the time. Yes. All the time.
This is an opportunity for us to learn from you guys. And also, I'm a private sector person, I'm not in the civil service. But I always talk to my civil service friend, public service friends that, look, you guys, you don't need to get to the age of 60 before you leave the service. Even before I head in this conference that we're having here, I normally tell them that you guys, you don't need to get to the age of 60. At least at the age of 53, 54, you know, just leave so that you can understand in that your sector what is happening, so that you can be able to have an opportunity in that sector to do the services that that sector is rendering, so that you can get all in that system. Most especially in places that, you know, maybe generate revenue, maybe places like FIRS, places like the Nigerian Customs Service. In these kind of places, there are a lot of things that these institutions are offering. So as when you learn these things for 20 years, you can be able to retire. You know, if you are working in NNPC, think of how you can start a little petroleum activity on how to start a small filling station. If you are working in custom, at least you have learned how agents are working. You have learned how trade is being facilitated. Because all what is happening around that sector is how to facilitate trade. So at least you can be an importer or an exporter. At least you have learned the rope on how to achieve these things.
Country does not do that. If the country can emulate what is happening in other countries, there is a lot of things. Nigeria is a leading African country. We lead not only by population, but wherever you see any black man, anywhere in the world, if they are poor, there must be one Nigeria. So the government has to do a lot to see that there is something they can do for all men. So that at least so many old men have served this country, and at the end of their retirement, and those who are in government and those who are not in government end up getting no assistance, nothing else. They are not even, government are not remembering what those people did. So government have to pay attention towards assisting
Mr. Rabo is someone I've known for many decades. He was my senior in the arts. I've always looked up to him, not just as a friend that we grew up together, but he's also an administrator and a curator for the National Gallery for a long time. So somebody we always looked up to, and yeah, it's like a big brother to me. Yeah, I think there are two pieces that resonate so much with me. The one at the end there, that's called Redemption, I think. It has to do something with redemption. I can't remember the exact title. And the one here that is titled Kano Dye Pits. It's about the trade of the Kano people, how they actually dye clothing, local dyeing techniques and all that. So I think those two are my favorite pieces. I don't think it's in terms of work, but I think, he's one of those few people that believe so much in doing the right thing and in being a true artist.
Well, living with an artist has been very interesting. Very interesting. It has availed me the opportunity to think deep because my husband, James Irabo, is a deep thinker. He thinks about his works and he connects with it. So it has availed me as a person to think before doing certain things and taking certain steps in life. Working with James Irabo, Jane, his wife, has availed me the opportunity to ruminate on certain aspects of life. Before I met him, I would take certain decisions irrationally. But moving with him, it availed me the opportunity to think deep. And when you think deep, you make minimal mistakes.
Inspiration so far is God. Because without him, I'm nothing. And most of my works actually get the boost from God. My favorite verse in the Bible, is from Exodus, where God commissioned Bezalel and Aholiab, and bestowed upon them the spirit of craftsmanship, to do great things and craft get things in gold and silver and all. So right from the beginning, my inspiration has always come from there. So that is my only source of inspiration, God. What I appreciate now that I didn't appreciate then is that my work, I believe, has transcended time. What I mean transcended time is that there was this colleague of mine when we were in school that told me that I was actually light years ahead of them in all manner of imagination, in all manner of craftsmanship, in all manner of draftsmanship. I was light years ahead of them. He said this then, but I did not realize it until now that, when I'm doing all these works, I do them one after the other and keep. But putting them all together now it now comes back to memory. I now recall that, so this was what he was saying. These works are over 30 years, and see how they still resonate with what is happening in the art world right now. So that for me is mind-boggling. My favorite piece in this whole setting, I would say, is that piece, Sold Out. Sold out in the sense that I could have about 3 or 4 different types of theme for the work. I wanted to call it The Rest, a market woman that just finished selling her wares and just rest before she starts going home. But when my daughter saw it, he said, Daddy, what's the title of this work? I said, The Rest. And I said, but this is a calabash. This woman definitely had something inside, but now it's empty. That means everything has been sold out. I said, yes. He said, then call it Sold Out. So I titled this Sold Out. And now that I look at it, I love it. The only advice I have for younger artists coming up is patience.
The works capture not just an artist, but a man whose journey is etched in resilience and quiet triumph. Through each frame, we followed a robust path of creative passion to the final stage. Now, thank you so much for being a part of Visual Impressions. I hope you had an amazing time here with me. I hope to see you again next week. I am Omar Mohammed. Do have a lovely week ahead.